What's good? What's good? What's good? Please continue to bless us and enemies, etc., etc., etc. That's facts. Figgity. Rebuke the devil in the name of Jesus with this internet interaction, etc. You know how we do. We got the presentation made already, y'all. Real talk, because other YouTubers are pussy. And you know what I mean? I'm gonna smoke a blunt and go through a few pictures just to prove it. Shout out to Pixel T, Peace Queen. Salutes to you. How you feel? You good? Good to see you. I got something for you today, Pixel. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to deviate. Yo, let me say something real quick about that almost 8 hour stream I did yesterday. Listen, that was the most put together slideshow that I've come up with. And I know if y'all see that, a lot of those pictures, some of those pictures y'all ain't see before. And it was a surprise. And I'm telling you, I had energy for a whole 8 hours. Straight 8 hours. I didn't get tired at all. Not all 8 hours, but like 7 hours, 37 seconds. And I don't know what that is. I'm not trying to do that shit again. But I'm just going to tell y'all that y'all going to have to chop that shit up into like 3 or 4 days, because I'm solid throughout the whole shit. You know what I mean? Other YouTubers are pussy, though. You know what I'm saying? Not all of them, but most of them. Not all of them, but most of them. Hey, yo, check this out. First, I want to play a news story because I don't know what it say, but I want to read it and listen to it. So we're just gonna do this just to give people a chance to get in the building before they miss something. Let's see what these people talking about.
Well, President Trump promising to find answers on at least 10 mysteriously missing or dead scientists.
10 mysteriously missing and or dead scientists. 10. Now, when it came to like 5 and 3 and 5 and 6, I didn't really pay that much attention to it. But when these larger news outlets started to take on this subject, I was like, well, that shit must be really real. 10. It says top scientist detecting signs of alien life. He's dead. Scientists working on infrared telescopes. He's dead. An administrative assistant missing. Former employee missing. One guy worked on deflecting asteroids from Earth. Dead. NASA research scientist. A missing. Received funding from Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Missing. Oversaw some type of project. Oversaw research at base. You know what I mean? Listen, this is serious business. Is the government doing it? Yeah, now it's 10. Is the government doing it, or is the aliens doing it? Because I'm gonna say this term aliens loosely, just because, you know. But one of these guys left all his shit at the house, changed his clothes, left all his shit, took a gun with him, and went off walking. Like, and his wife said that it seems like he didn't even want to be found. But some of these people are ending up dead, y'all. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. Let's see what they say.
They are all linked to classified material, nuclear research, or aerospace. The details of some of the disappearances have stoked conspiracies. For example, in one case, retired Air Force Major General William Neal McCasland was reportedly experiencing a brain fog before he went missing in February. Authorities say he left his phone, glasses, and other personal devices at home, but his wallet and a revolver were missing. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt saying today this, quote, "The White House is actively working with all relevant agencies and the FBI to holistically review all of the cases together and identify any potential commonalities that may exist. No stone will be unturned in this effort, and the White House will provide updates when we have them." And our Peter Ducey asked President Trump about this. Watch.
There are these 10 missing scientists with access to classified stuff, nuclear material, aerospace. They've all gone missing or turned up dead in the last couple months. Based on what you've been briefed, what do you think is happening here? And do you think that this is connected or totally random?
Now let's run through the scenarios, what it could be. It could be double agents, right? Double agents might, if they think their cover is blown, they might flee to whatever country that they was working for, and they get out of town, they get out of Dodge. They could be picked up by stealth civilization participants or citizens that we don't know about, and they have ability to communicate with these people and coordinate a rendezvous, right? Or it could be the shadow government is taking them out one by one because of Trump saying that he's going to release all the information he got on UFOs and things of that nature. And so it's peculiar how after the president commits publicly to releasing information and data on the UFOs, that the scientists associated with such data ends up dead or missing. Let's go.
Well, I hope it's random, but we're going to know in the next week and a half. I just left a meeting on that subject, so pretty serious stuff. But we're going to be hopefully, I don't know, coincidence, if you whatever you want to call it. But some of them were very important people, and we're going to look at it over the next.
Dakota, so that's great to hear. Hopefully, we have answers in a week.
Look at Harris Faulkner. Bitch used to be bad back in the day. That bitch like a crackhead.
Week and a half. And as the president said, hopefully it's random and just a terrible.
Yo, real shit. I don't even trust women to be this smart. Not that many. You ain't going to sit me down there with 4 bitches like that. And I think they're the intelligence. I've been thinking, like, when we going on break? Who is married? Who ain't married? That's what's going through my mind. Y'all hoes ain't telling me a goddamn thing, especially Harris Faulkner, dumbass.
But there might be something there. They'll pursue it.
Yeah, look, I look forward to finding out.
Hey, look at his boots. Is those boots? What the fuck he got on? What are those? What the fuck are those? Y'all can't see it. Jesus Christ. I think those are boots with sneaker ankles.
What this is. I mean, you know, you see this big infatuation with UFOs, with all this information, the nuclear aspect of it.
Bitch, I ain't infatuated with it. You reptilian bastard. Look at his eyes. Man, fuck all that. I'm not infatuated. They got me fucked up. I don't give a fuck what they come up with. I already got pictures of aliens. Hey, yo, why the fuck Jake Paul out here with UFO footage? Jake Paul, if you don't sit your bitch ass down somewhere, your motherfuckers still ain't got pictures of no fucking aliens. I'm the one that got the pictures of the aliens. Me. I'm about to go to the news with this shit. I'm about to go to the news with my pictures, man. Fuck them, man. They ain't gonna come up with them. I got it. I got what it takes. And look, let's look at this man's eyes. Look at his pupils, y'all. Look at his pupils. What the fuck wrong with this man? Listen, man. Shout out to the white people out there in the world that got unique characteristics that no human being ever seen before, because y'all some unique motherfuckers. Y'all some unique motherfuckers. Hey, yo, one time I seen this dude, he had eyes something like that, but they was like turquoise blue. His tie, you know, when I seen his tie was turquoise and matches his eyes. I wanted to slap the whole shit out of his dumb ass. Like, if you'll get out of my face, you're a pretty boy. Them weird ass blue eyes, nigga. What the fuck wrong with y'all reptilians? Y'all need to just be honest. Just fucking be honest. You're a reptile. You ain't getting no pussy. You don't know how to eat the pussy or nothing. Look at him. Look at him with them fake teeth. He could at least kind of put a grill in there. They need help, y'all. They need help. Look at his eyes. What the fuck wrong with this meatball, son? Besides the fact that he got them boots, I should get a picture of them boots. Can we, can we get a picture of those boots real quick? Because maybe that'll be putting us on to how these aliens really feel about us. You feel me? They got issues. They got issues, huh? Let's get a zoom. Let's get a close up of them boots real quick. Chuck, can we get a picture, a close up of them damn? There they go. Look, what's that? He got some skinny jean pants over some boots, and the boots look like they're shoes until you get to the ankle, and then they become a boot. Listen, man, this man got some air reptilians. He got the air reptiles up there pretending to be a human being. The motherfucker can't get jiggy with nothing. Anyways, let's go back and see what they're talking about, man. I'm just joking. He probably a nice person. Probably not. You're probably not nice.
I mean, you know, you see this big infatuation with UFOs, with all this information, the nuclear
See, he look like he a nice guy and shit. The motherfucker hate black people.
aspect of it. You know, we're seeing.
I'm just kidding. He's gay. You can't be gay and racist because you can't be a white man that's gay and racist because white man who's gay act like black women.
More access to these people, more people coming out on podcasts, and more people talking about this, and more people being more vocal on this. I mean, you got to think of how many people have.
The black woman and the gay white man is, you know what I mean, like real shit. That's where the leadership really at for they dumbass. Elon Musk was mad because he came out on his X and he said that the reason why white males lead the world in homosexual and transgenderism is because of white guilt. He insinuated that minorities project and give the feeling of white guilt unto so many white males that they become demasculated, right? They become demasculinized. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? Elon Musk is blaming minorities for the reason why there's so many gay white males. So many transgender white males. They lead the pack in racism and transgenderism. But they ain't of the devil. They ain't of the devil. They said the Freemasons are all secret Muslims. But in the Quran, it says that those with blue eyes are of the devil. He got the blue tie. You look, they always want to do that. They want somebody to look into their dumbass eyes. Shorty next to her, she's kind of cute. Whoever that
touched
is.
And had access to this over all these years. Hopefully, it's
let the girl talk, man.
Coincidental, right? Hopefully, it's nothing combined. But I'm not a big person who believes in conspiracy theories.
So there you go. There you go. I'm not a big person. All right, you're a little guy. All right, we got that. You don't believe in conspiracy theories, and so that's what big people do, I guess, right? And so he's taking the artificial, humble, I'm just a human being, I don't know everything. You know them people that say, well, you're only human. Sometimes you make mistakes. There's things we'll never know. You know, when they do that, them type of dumbass one-liners, you know, the one that's more than one liner is the one where you hear, you know, it would be absurd for me to believe that in this universe with billions of stars, that Earth is the only one with life on it. Y'all heard that before? That is so elementary, right? It's like saying, listen, don't waste my time. This is what I'll say to that. Don't waste my fucking time. Just say what you say. Don't give me a fucking lecture using preschool terminology. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they want to believe it's a white world out there. It's so fucking bad. They want to believe that there's a planet with a bunch of goddamn well, let's say a planet with a bunch of them boots he got on. Just, you know what I mean? They want to think they Superman and they a minority. They're gonna kill all the minorities if they can, just so they can preserve their race. They fear, they're the ones living in fear that they'd be eradicated because they know that somebody with more experience is going to take the job over. And so they always fucking scared about being outdone because we already seen what they do at the top. They fuck shit up. Get the fuck out of here. He ain't even get shorty number or nothing.
But I definitely don't believe in coincidences, so this is going to be a tricky one for me, right? It puts me in a position, but I don't know. I mean, I'm not bought in on that it's some government, you know, some aspect of that.
Yeah, he want to live. He ain't trying to say it's the government. He want to live. He want to go home at night. Motherfucker ain't down. That motherfucker, he ain't dying. Like, yeah, it ain't the government. Nah, it ain't the government. That motherfucker want to make it to his car. He want to make it to his car alive, goddamn. Sunshine, what's up, Queen? Salutes. Pixel T said, I don't know, Red. This resembles three-body problem. In that show, the aliens jumped the timeline to take out the scientists, so our technology couldn't defeat them. Oh, I didn't never finish watching that show. I think I got to when they wrapped the little Chinese girl up in dry skin and shit. Listen, man. I don't know. They could have gave back to the poor with the money they spent on that dumbass show. Like, listen, they could have fed homeless people and gave shelter. They could have build a home. What's the ones with them rich bastards go out there and build homes with one layer of wood? The build a home projects where they build you a home, but don't let the wind blow. They wasted all that fucking money to make a show where if the sun touched one of these motherfuckers, they turn into a shriveled up piece of carpet. And then they rolled it up and put it in the bag. Yo, listen, I'm going to tell y'all a real fucking part of this story, right? In this show, Three Body Problem, the sun is dangerous because they ain't got no atmosphere, no ozone layer to protect them from the rays coming from the star, right? And so here it is, it's like daybreak or some shit, and ain't the sun coming. And so they hide behind a rock. Their days only last 2 minutes. So they hide behind a rock, but there's 3 of them, and ain't enough space behind the rock. So he throw one of them a little child. He throw that child out there like, whoop, stay out there, ain't no motherfucking room. And that bitch dried up. Oh, no, the fuck he did, yo. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people, man? And then they took her little dried up body back and threw it in the water, and that shit, she came out. Whatever. Like, listen, man, I'm tired. Listen, it's better to just get the truth out there than to just fill your mind with imaginative bullshit. Like that whole Doctor Strange multiverse of madness. That's what happens when people start to think about traveling to different dimensions and traveling to different times, right? Because you're dealing with the concept in which they will never return back to their time if they time travel. They just going into another multiverse or whatever dimension where it appears that way. But that shit, they change forever onto their own destruction. Like once you start believing that you can jump through dimensions, you're going to be crazy. You know what I'm saying? Look, this is the only reality. This is the only dimension. This is the only time space where God will manifest the kingdom, his kingdom over the whole world. And all this nonsense we're going through is going to be over with. It ain't no other planet or dimension or timeline. Ain't nothing nobody could run to or make different. Like those things exist, but only within the consciousness of the people involved with that shit. They ain't got nothing to do with us. You know what I'm saying? They is fractally broken off of our timeline as soon as they fuck around with that type of technology. So it's best to what God say, yeah, that's the people unto him, right? And so we will not involve ourselves with the type of fuckery And so we get caught up in multitude of multiverses and all this other shit. Like these meatballs ain't do what they could have done for everyone, including themselves, to where the higher intelligence would come down and share that shit with you. You're not going to just make it and then create it and being like, see, God, we done, you know, that's what the Nazis think, that they the shit, and that it was it was the right thing to do. That's how they came in contact with them, whoever they came in contact with. That's why you got Netanyahu running around now like the way he is, because he a fucking Nazi. All right, this guy, what y'all think of this guy Veneers?
Right. I mean, I do trust, obviously, our White House to get to the bottom of this, and our agencies. Who I don't trust are...
Listen, say something smart, shorty. I see you got a cross on your neck.
Our enemies, Kaylee. And we know that our research and so many things...
Oh, what this bitch got? She got a cross on her neck too. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let's put back a statement in that. That's shorty number one. She do got a wedding ring on. We're gonna disregard all type of lyrical advances.
That our research...
Look, she got on a cross too, y'all. These are women that are with the Jesus pieces. So can we call them cunts for Christ, or is that that's too much? I'm just saying.
So many things.
Coochie for Christ. That's what it is. Coochie. Cunts is like someone you don't like them. And I don't like it either. Because it sounds like punt. And when you punt something, you keep it away. But we like coochie, right?
That the public isn't aware of in terms of our
we don't want to offend anyone.
Developments or weapon developments is tantalizing to...
What the fuck did she say? Did she say anything?
All of our enemies that might try to get their hands on the...
She look like Katy Perry.
Research these impressive individuals we're working on.
And we know many of those enemies crossed the border during the Biden administration because it was not just people from...
Oh, shit. She a Trumper. She a Trumper. She said the enemies, they came over during the Biden administration. When you mentioned Biden, you was going back in the past to bring up some shit to make somebody in the current look better. There's no reason to mention that old meatball named Biden or to lay blame on how they got over here. But let's go ahead, shorty. Go ahead.
South America, from Mexico. There were people from China. There were people from all over the world. You know, when I see Caroline's comment, I find it interesting. They say that we'll provide...
This bitch read the comments. She's a good host.
...provide regular updates. So they realize that transparency is important here. And this is obviously criminal investigation. So I found that interesting to see that.
Harris Faulkner ain't got shit to say about any of this. This bitch, Harris Faulkner, looking like E.T. right now. Please don't pass the mic to Harris Faulkner. She gonna embarrass all the minorities in the building. Listen, Harris Faulkner was doing news back in the days when the news was shut off at 12 o'clock. You'll get the 11 o'clock news. That should go to 11:30. And then after that, just, you know what I mean? You're going to wait till 6 o'clock in the fucking morning to get the freshest news, unless something breaking happens. Harris Faulkner was one of those overnight reporters where if you up 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning and shit, she the one on CNN and shit giving the cameraman a blowjob on break and shit. I came back all fucked up. I had a crush on her too, yo. And I was like, I would watch her, man. I would watch her. And when they went on break, all right, you're going on break. I'll see you when you get back. You feel me? This bitch came back and her hair was a little disheveled. I was like, well, wait a minute now. Right? Her little lipstick was a little, I mean, shit. I was like, this bitch was out there fucking at the news station. And then it dawned on me. I'm so young and stupid. It dawned on me. It was like, yeah, what the fuck you think they do at work? 2 o'clock in the fucking morning, motherfucker. And I was like, oh. So she in there fucking white, man. God damn it. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, that was back in the days. I'm not racist. I'm just saying, back in the days, it was like, I didn't think of it like that. I didn't think of it like that. Her neck wasn't that skinny. Let's see if they pass the mic to her though. If they pass the mic to her, look how raggedy her
But
teeth
bear with me
is.
for a moment
Oh, that bitch nervous. She hopes she don't
as I
get the mic
pretend to be a
past her.
statistician here.
That bitch look like E.T.
There are about 22,000 homicides in the United States.
And I'm talking about 2000, 2001, 2001, 2000, I'll say 2002, 2003, right? I seen that Harris Faulkner was out
For
there.
2023 data.
So that's like 23
That means
years.
about 62 murders per day. So that sounds like a
Oh,
lot.
this sounds like this talking about something important. Hold on a second.
But when you look at it, your chances of being, that means about 62 murders per day. So that sounds, and this is obviously criminal investigation. So I found that interesting to see that. Bear with me for a moment as I pretend to be a statistician here. There are about 22,000 homicides in the United States per 2023 data. That means about 62 murders per day. So that sounds like a lot. But when you look at it, your chances of being murdered in this country are 0.5%. Your chances of being kidnapped as an adult in this country are 1 in 1 million. So 0.00001%, 5 zeros. So the reason I bring that up, it is a small likelihood that you are murdered. It is a small likelihood that you are taken as an adult. And you have 10 people here, the same profession, being a scientist, not a particularly dangerous profession, all murdered, some of them from the same lab. The statistical likelihood of this happening randomly to 10 scientists, the same profession, some of them the same lab, some the same region of the country, is so infinitesimally small. It's not impossible, sure. But when you look at that, it does make me believe there is something here. I hope not, because that is rather sinister, but we will see.
Very smart, very intelligent, great answer. Great answer. I was going to drag her for keep looking like she reading off a script, but that was good. That was good. Using statistics make it to where you can't, you leave no room for error. And so if it wasn't for the fact that she was, this false sense of having to be polite, not saying something that's going to get you canceled, or making a statement that's wrong, like giving them the opportunity to see their day in court type space, right? That shit takes away from what she just said. What she said was great, right? It was on point. That's how you do it. You use numbers, and then you use probability. You use common sense. You bring it to the fact that she said, what'd she say? Based on these statistics, the probability is highly slim. And even with all those things she said, she still got to say, but we will see. Because when you're dealing with probabilities, you can't speak definitively, especially when it comes about crimes, because you don't want to implicate somebody who's innocent. And so it's like that fine line, that tightrope people walk so they don't get flagged for what they're saying. Got it to where we would hear those statistics, and there might be some people that still have doubt in their mind and think that this shit is coincidental, unfortunately. Yeah. But those were you call sheeple and NPCs.
Donna, you've worked on so many criminal cases. Now that we have these resources, talk to us about the process and what it means to you, what you see now that we have the power of the White House behind this to ascertain whether there's a pattern and then get some answers.
Okay, she got a cross on her too. Listen, man. She got a cross on her too. She looking like a man, but she do got a cross on her. Listen, she looking like a man. She looking like a little bit, looking like a man a little bit. She kind of looking like a man a little bit. I don't know. We're gonna have to look real quick. We're gonna have to look real quick. She looking like a man. She kind of look like He-Man. I don't know. That's the first thought to come to my mind was He-Man. Like a He-Man in drag. She looking like a man, dog. To me, she looking like a man to me a little bit. Look at that phenotype. She got strong features. She got a strong chin, strong jaw, strong cheekbone, strong nose. Yeah. Yeah, that cross saved a dumbass though. For I'm gonna ease off. I'm gonna use offer and see what she says. She got icy cross. She made them other bitches look like broke Christians. That's fucked up.
Well, and I think Kaylee's right. I mean,
Oh, what the fuck? Oh shit. Oh shit, son. Oh shit. Y'all heard that? Oh shit. Oh shit. Let's bring it back. Because y'all might not have been fast as me. Hold on, let's go.
The White House behind this to ascertain whether there's a pattern and then get some answers.
well, and I think Kaylee's right. I mean, you don't have to be a conspiracy theorist to look at facts, right? These are the facts, and she just told us the numbers, and that's really staggering when you think about the likelihood of this happening. So what you have to do is law enforcement has to go through the fact pattern of every situation, what people were working on specifically, how that affects potential foreign actors who may want to target specific people and why, and then look and see if there's a pattern. Look and see if there's a pattern in the way that they disappeared, how they disappeared, where they were when it happened, what they may have been communicating to.
I'm just looking at her hands. Are those man hands?
To and from, you know, they will.
She got a big
look at
ass
their
ring.
whole social media, or excuse me, their whole digital footprint and the emails that they were sending, what they were working on, and they will try to see if there's any commonality. And my guess is the way that they disappeared, how they disappeared, where they were when it happened, what
So now she's saying we got to go through all that. She got a man's watch on.
they may have been communicating.
That's not a man's watch. They got tranny watches now. Let me find out they got watches for transsexuals. So they're not small watches or big watches, they medium watches. All right.
To and from, you know, they will look at their whole social media, or excuse me, their whole digital footprint.
You see what that? Their whole social media, excuse me, their digital footprint. They the same thing. They the same thing. You just got to tweak your vocabulary to fit in this AI age, and you will find out that they're doing the same shit they did back in the day, which is bluff their ass off so you get to places they don't even deserve to be at. Let's go.
And the emails that they were sending, what they were working on.
She sounded like a man, and she looked like a man.
And they will.
And she got a man's watch.
Try to see if there's any commonality, and my guess is you're probably going to find some. Like, this just seems to be too coincidental here that we can't say for sure that we hope it's really a coincidence, because I'm not so sure it is.
Yeah.
Okay, good. You didn't say nothing stupid. Whether you're a man or not, we accept you for your answers. You know what I'm saying? We don't discriminate around here. We don't give out legal advice or financial or medical advice. And we definitely don't discriminate against men and women. And we definitely is not going to let gays just talk shit about straight people and get away with it. We're all about justice around here. We're all about God-fearing belief and freedom of speech and patriotism for this country. And I hope they don't pass the mic to Harris Faulkner, but let's see.
Harris.
I mentioned yesterday, I think.
Oh, they passed it to Harris. Oh, Harris. Remember the days. Harris, when I used to lay on the couch watching you. It was great, Harris. I never seen somebody so beautiful. I don't know, man. When you young, you dumb. Because Harris, she didn't age well at all, son. I look better. She don't look better. I gotten better with age. Damn.
that a task force is needed.
Let's get that zoom up.
You would need, and having the president now lead the charge on.
The teeth got more raggedy. She done smoked more crack. See, the crack loosen them gums up. And so when they smoke crack and suck dick on a regular basis, their teeth start to fall backwards, and then sometimes they swallow their teeth and all that. But yeah, all that moving the teeth around with the crack in the gums, vibrating heavy, loosen. Yo, what's up with crackheads? They just said, fuck, you know what? I'm gonna choose crack over dental hygiene. Right? Like they's like, you know what? It's crack or gingivitis. I'm gonna go with crack. Like, what the fuck is with crackheads where they ain't got no teeth? Like, you know, a junkie because they ain't got no teeth. Right? You know somebody that has had severe chronic drug issues since before they lost their teeth. Like, you know that much. You don't know if they just lost their teeth or they've been lost their teeth, but sometime before that, they had smoked some crack. You know what I'm saying? Them junkie mouths, right? Well, it's like, man, you look like your ass is old, like you 130. The motherfuckers trying to look like, man, he ain't old. He ain't no elder, not a Anderson. He just ain't got no motherfucking teeth in his mouth because he smoked them all up. Right? That shit do make you age faster too, y'all. Like, damn, yo, you telling everybody, if you walk around with no teeth in your fucking mouth, you telling everybody you smoked crack before. That ain't the truth. Look, everybody dropped off. That's fucking crazy, son. Everybody and their mama left. That's crazy, dog. Everybody left out the chat. It's like I must have had. Listen, let's just go into the presentation, man, because I must have touched a nerve. That's why I need new people, man. That's why I need new people, man. I got too many crackheads. You know what I mean? Not sharing this doing fucking videos out. There's too many crackheads with their own channel talking about nothing. Or in somebody else's chat, not contributing to mine. Drugs and destroyed the community. I'm sorry. All right, you still my friend. If you got no teeth, God, nah, never mind. Fuck it. They ain't want to be known anyway because they ain't had no fucking teeth. That's why they ain't even ever hit the link. That's why they don't be in the motherfucking chats because they ain't got nothing to say. They ain't gonna spit up more there. That's good. Keep that shit to yourself. You know I'll embarrass the shit out you, dumbass. Let me find out you don't believe in God. Your ass is toasted, son. You getting toasted, dog. Let me find your ass as a lame. You already know not to fucking come around here live stream during the live stream. You already know. Some of y'all already know what's up. You better never hit the fucking link around this bitch, man. You know what's up. You would be a hypocrite in the sight of your own fans. Right? A lot of people out there don't talk themselves into what they call it? Into exile. They done talk themselves into exile. Meantime, I am oblivious to it all. I don't have not one idea or clue what they done did, said, or tried, or, you know what I mean, trying to flag or thumbs down me. I don't know what. They ignore me telling them shit. I don't know what they did. I know they probably went and smoked some crack. Oh, that's right. Y'all smoke crack and watch my picture. Oh, my bad. My bad. I'll feel bad. Because I want y'all to enjoy yourself. Just because, I mean, I want y'all to enjoy yourself in that case. In that case, And- in that case, continue. Do continue, sir, madam. Do continue. Never mind. Never mind me. It was just a brief moment of a little tad bit of rapscallioness. Surely, excuse me. Surely, I do declare that I absolutely have no problem with your inducing of cocaine through the smoking method while watching my pictures. That's quite all right with me. That's quite fine, actually. I apologize for everything I said about your teeth not being there and how people can see you and your drug addiction everywhere you go when they see you have no teeth. Never mind that rubbish. Now that I've realized that part of your drug addiction includes enjoying my content. So I therefore shall tarry no more against thee, nor will I ever suggest rehab. May you get as high as you like, good sir. You too, madam. Get another rock. Enjoy these pictures. After all, they're made for everyone, including drug addicts, EBT card holders, and people on the verge of homelessness. Please hit the like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Now, without further ado, get your lighters ready. And now the show. Hold on, let me get a little bit of music. Let's get a little bit of music. A little bit of music. Go a long way. Put it on too. All right. So, everyone. Hold on. I don't hear anything. Hold on. I don't hear the music. Okay, we in the building. Let's go ahead. Yeah. You see what that is? This is the most important part of our night sky. This topic. That's one of the most important truths to know about. what this is. Ancestors could see this. Our ancestors couldn't see this, right? Or maybe it was never seen before. Ever has it been seen before? Ever. Until the ability to have a camera, and until the idea to create a time lapse. Only after then did we have the ability to see pictures like this, which gives us insight that otherwise is not available to our senses. Because when we see the sun, when we see the cosmos, we see the stars, they pretty much look still. We know they move across the sky because of time, right? It'd be like the sun go up, the sun go down, that type of shit. But this right here is showing you the heavens above, and that's all the heavens. It ain't no other heavens. From what we can see, it's a tunnel. It's a tunnel, and we're on one end of the tunnel, perception-wise. And guess who's at the other end? Guess who's at the other end? Oh, yeah. The most powerful, the most intelligent, the most loving, etc. Because technically, it could be perceived that that's the furthest away point throughout all the cosmos. And we can still see it, even though the cosmos can be attributed to being infinite. We can still see that which is above it all. We can still see the pole star, which is above all the stars in the heavens. And all the stars in the heavens, they go around in a swirl like a funnel. So think of it like a funnel in water. Let's get a picture of a funnel. Nah, let's not do that. So think of it like a funnel, right? And so it's that way in all directions. But this is straight, just heaven and earth, no confusion. And so, like, a person could say that beneath this level is a funnel. But that's neither here or there right now. All right, we're just going to keep it simple. This is the connection that God want to have with everyone. Simple. It's not so mysterious you can't achieve it, and so out of your grasp that you can't get to it or understand. God don't make things, be difficult beyond what a person can bear. So yeah, we can perceive it, and people before this time generation definitely have said that the throne of God exists at the very top where the Polaris pole star is at, which I just showed you in the middle, right in the middle up here, and the very fine point. And so, what a fascinating way things in nature work, because we could talk about a slew of topics that could have some type of phonetic correlation with this swirl. From singularity to, what's the point before singularity? It's like a coalescence, convergence, all that type of stuff. That shit become real. Hey, look, so look, the throne of God. It said, I think the Hebrew cosmology gets the credit for saying this, right? I don't endorse the shape that you see here. It's only about the fact that the Hebrew cosmology, which this is an illustration of, shows the throne of God. And even though Scam Cheese and people like him claim to be synchronists and claim to be good at what they do, never before ever has the throne of God been the topic, because they are heathens. They are, they are basically demons in the flesh, rotten teeth, rotten personalities, work for NASA, work for the government. They got minions and sidekicks as transsexuals and lames. And you know what I mean? Old kooks and a bunch of nerds that'll get pushed in the locker. That's the flat earth community, man. Everybody who fuck with Scam Cheese, man. And whoever don't like it too, for real. Same thing go for them. Because a person can say the reason why the community is so slow is because of Scam Cheese. And because of his moral and ethical lack thereof. The reason why, you know what I mean? Or maybe they could blame Say Never, right? They could blame Say Never and all the dumb shit that come from over there, why it never became anything that was positive at the end of the day. At the end of the day, all the demonic lames against Christ are gay, and can't nothing come from them. They can't produce anything. They are lames, and God already prophesied what's going to happen to them. And so this same line of thought said that at the top of the sky is the heavens and the gate and the throne and all that type of shit. So if anybody wanted to argue against scripture, they would have to first prove they had a source strong enough to do it. Because everybody a fucking idiot. Whoever didn't read the Bible, that's cool. I ain't talking about you. I'm just saying, all those who spoke against the Bible in scriptures and they didn't read it, like they could have read it and talked shit too, but I'm just saying, like, the people who spoke against the source of information I'm beating them over the head with always lost. That's why they getting hit over the head with the truth. Like, ain't that some shit? They probably be like, oh, look, he ain't got the views and shit, but the point is I'm saying this shit. You ain't fucking hating ass bitch. You know what I mean? The AI know what's good. This Red Squid X, AI, SOS, emotional. Hey, yo, it's time to go. I mean, green, gold team, red team, go. Red team, go. Let's get it. Let's go. This information, it's over with. Ain't no reason for nobody else to have a fucking channel. I was in third phase of the moon. Y'all need to holler if y'all watching this shit, because I was in the damn comments. I was like, man, Jake Paul video trash. They ain't got no video, goddamn picture of aliens. I got that shit. What is y'all talking about? We should be getting in these people's damn comments, because we watch these people, man, and these people ain't got what it take, man. Minds unveiled. Goddamn, who else? Scam Cheese. They lying. They work for the government, and they ain't got what it take. They ain't got none interest, and they watching for the news and say some shit. That's crazy, son. Like, they motherfuckers is straight trolling the shit out of community they ain't even a part of. Ain't that a bitch? You got a whole bloodline tied in. It's got a few thousand concentrate there. OTO and shit. The motherfuckers capricious listening to Drake rap songs and shit on their channel. They some lames, yo. They're real shit. Like, over here, this is some shit where no, you can't play Drake over here, man. It's like them dumbasses don't learn at all. Kendrick came out and said they not like us. I don't know. Some people just ain't us, man. They just dumb as hell. And I'm gonna drag them. And let's start with the fact that the planets that we call planets are really moons, or artificial bodies created just like the moon was, to serve as circuits in a major computer system that is known now as the Moon-Saturn matrix. And that computer system existed at a time when it first was made and brought up, that shit did something. And now it appears that it's doing it, not doing it the same. And it's different. There's so much time passed, right? Wars between people in them damn planets. And so really what it is there was giants in those days. And the giants had built the planets so that they could use them for like seats of power, if you will. Because the fallen angels are, if you were to see a fallen angel, they would look like a technologically advanced throne, like a seat, like a real seat, right? And so it's because they physically is inside one of them planets in like a cryostatus situation. That's why in Prometheus, you see them still in their seat, or in the Alien movie, and you see them in their seat. And so look, the point is that they is in a status where they'll never be able to come back on Earth because they came from a time the atmosphere was different, a whole bunch of shit was different. So really, they can't never return to Earth with those bodies, even though they could keep those bodies technically alive through science and technology, right? And so they astral travel and interact with all the beings throughout the world. And this is what was going on when the shit was up and running. Because I don't know if it's running differently or not, to tell you the truth. Like, I just know that it looked like they fucked up. Like, the shit ain't shiny and bright. So it looked like that shit got fucked up. The motherfuckers went to war with each other. Each one of them had a paradise on it. Right? Because they said it was 7 heavens. And when they talk about 7 heavens, they talk about information that didn't pass down from other generations that kept the true knowledge from back in the days. And so them 7 heavens was them 7 planets, and people was able to either in body or out of body or mentally or whatever, how this shit went, they was able to travel reverse through them damn planets, and Saturn might have ate somebody or spit them out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's the moon, Saturn. So the moon is what magnetizes the people through the system that's sent through either through the planets, then Saturn, or through Saturn, then the planets. I don't know. I just know it's Moon Saturn matrix. They was living lush. The fallen angels is inside like a yolk in the egg, like in the center of that shit, in a stasis where they is connected through technology computers so that they could project themselves and move around like that, but they disembodied. And so there's avatars on Earth that was meant for them to catch into so that they could live on Earth in a human body and everything. Like, you know, you know what I'm saying? Like a real human body and everything. It's controlled incarnation. They hijack nature, and that's what it is with them against God. Because they're against nature to such the level where now they is out here making mistakes because they is not reset, because they ain't not took down a notch and shit like that. No negativity allowed for us. Right? God bless and protect us, man. So listen, them old spirits from old are the people of renown, and they're using those type of concepts to get incarnation. But you see, it's different now. Truckers try to get incarnation now, they're gonna be a dumbass. You're a fucking football, you're a basketball player, you're a fucking idiot. So nobody give a fuck. The power ain't into the people that's the biggest and the strongest now because of the genetic codes that's left over. They can't even produce that shit. The only place that you'll see them coming out is the fucking ghetto in the United States, and they're gonna be the basketball and the football players. But back in the day, they was Nephilim, Dragon Bloodline. They'll knock everybody else ass out. So that means whoever team they on, they was running shit. And the person with the most of them dumbasses, they was the ones that was running shit since the beginning, or longer than everybody else when they had the most Nephilims that was chilling the shit. You know what I mean? So now it's like a rare thing. You see these dummies, they're like, they come from a a long lineage of dragon bloodline satanic families and shit. That's just satanic is worldly, man. You know what I'm saying? And so look, the surface ain't the only thing that the ancestors and what is reality. I ain't gonna just say everybody ancestors, but everybody ancestors got something to do with it. So it's not like they don't. So you got the hollow earth. You know, people say the hollow earth and they get kind of fucked up over that because it ain't an egg-shaped planetoid that's hollow or no shit. It's just that there's at least 7 pockets of air and space that exist throughout this whole earth that have their own people in there that are separate from every, you know, their own uniqueness compared to another section of the same type or whatever like that. And so what you got is, you know what I mean, as above, so below, in the level where we got 7 continents, right? But we really got 5. They just want people to, you know what I mean, use the word 7 for every goddamn thing because they know it's 7 sections down there that they know about. And so 7 really is good because it's 2 times 3. You know what I mean? Times 2. Right? No, wait. It's 2 3s times 2 on either side. So it's 1 2 3 1 2 3, left or right. The upside down triangle with the right side up triangle. Anyway, the point is, right, the ancients definitely knew about the underworld no matter where you went at in the world. Why do people's favorite YouTubers talk about that? Because they pussy. Everybody that worshiped the dragon or the serpent and Satan and the things that already been, you know, implemented and utilized by our ops, you know, they pussy. They literally do not have the soul of a man. And people thought I was just trying to be disrespectful or whatever like that. No, it's really the truth. The Jezebel spirit is all that they ever amount to, with all their bravado and all their violence against people and things. Like they really like violent gays at the end of the day. And God-fearing men do not fear that shit. It's just there's so many of them. You know, and they got minions and they out here paying for people and paying against people and all this other shit. It's like, all right, we gotta be smart about this shit. We gotta go against the goddamn archives. You know what I'm saying? And that's what war we in. And that shit look like this. You know what I'm saying? This shit look just like this. Listen, man. The devil that run with every group of people is messing it up for everybody. You know what I'm saying? For European descendants, it's the racist white supremacists. For the African American and African descendants and the American descendants, it's them hating, warring with each other and shit, like not doing nothing against the real enemy or problem, just cannibalism. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what to say to China. The motherfuckers just need to relax. Can we just put them in the freezer? Like, do some good shit. Let's look at NVIDIA. Look, let's talk about NVIDIA, Meatball. He a rich man. He got the power of whatever. You know, he think he you know what I mean? He talk English, think he got some shit to fool us about. Let's get a good picture of this motherfucker. He look just like Jackie Chan. This motherfucker look just like Jackie Chan. What the fuck? He got all that bread. Yeah, I'll give you $100 billion. I give you $100 billion right now for AI. I want to be your friend, Zuckerberg. I want to be your friend, Sam. Yo, when he gave Sam Altman $500 billion, I thought he got some pussy from him that night. Because, you know, if a Chinaman throws some money like that, that motherfucking Sam started to twerk all slow and shit. Hey, yo, look, Sam thought about cheating. He didn't know what that money meant. Sam grabbed his cheeks. He was like, he don't know what that much money meant. Yeah. You know, he wasn't sure what this man was saying to him immediately off the bat, right? He didn't know immediately off the bat what exactly what this man meant when he gave him $500 billion. Real shit. You know, Sam Altman married to a man. So, you know, this guy, he trying to mess up Sam's marriage. The motherfucking Sam husband like, yeah, go out there and get that money, girl. The Sam husband like, go get that money. Oh, shit. That's crazy, dog. The motherfuckers screwing up with each other because they all like microchips. That's why nerds get beat the fuck up, man. They don't deserve nothing. They don't deserve pussy, good drugs. They don't deserve protection. They don't deserve respect. You know what I mean? You go down the whole list with they dumbass. They're like, you old bitch ass motherfucker, you feel me? Like Revenge of the Nerds was a horror movie. Revenge of the Nerds was a horror movie, man. The fuck? Hey, yo, look. Revenge of the goddamn Nerds wasn't right at all. This shit wasn't right at all, dog. Man, this is warfare, man. This is straight warfare, man. This is straight warfare, man. New Con, what's up, yo? So that Chris Bledsoe shit was bullshit, nothing happened. It was okay. I don't even know who Chris Bledsoe is, brother. Hey, look. So look, this was warfare. This was warfare, man, because we had Stand and Deliver, Dangerous Minds, Lean on Me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is warfare, man. Look, just look, Lean on Me. That's what we had. Lean on Me. That's what we had. Lean on Me. That's what they say. Look, minorities. This is y'all school. Y'all gonna be going through shit like this. Straight up. Hey, look. They said the same shit with the Hispanics, the Mexicans, with Stand and Deliver. The movie, what the fuck is that? A wrestler? Hey, look. Edward James Almost, yo, with Chavez in that bitch. Chavez. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Stand and Deliver was hard, man. That meant, you know what that told me when I was young? That said, you could be in school and that shit don't fucking matter. You could be in school and that shit don't matter, Holmes. You want to go around with a gun? Shorty got pregnant? Oh shit! Like, yo, what the fuck going on in this classroom here, man? This is class, Holmes. The teacher might get killed out this bitch, right? God damn, yo, like, don't hurt the teacher, yo. That man might shoot the teacher. Come to class, school shooter. Damn, son, that shit is a threat. Just looking at that shit again made me think, like, somebody getting suspended. But then at the same time, they had this shit. That shit, the Revenge of the Nerds. Now, if you happen to be coming from like, if you was just so smart or so rich, it was the same thing, right? That if you was rich, then you was just gonna be smart as fuck. You're gonna need glasses, and you're gonna be offbeat and quirky, and women is not gonna like you generally. That's what this movie taught. This movie taught that it would be hard for you to get a girl if you're a goofy bastard. And that's what it was for the rich boys. They was smart and shit, but they was goofy as fuck. And so then they went on an adventure, and the black dude gay. The only black dude in the motherfucking group. He a homosexual. He a homosexual. The only black dude in that bitch. And so they was like, yo, even though they was around a bunch of lames, right? The black dude image just humbled 1,000 times. You know what I'm saying? The black dude masculinity non-existent amongst these rich, intelligent white males. That shit non-existent. And I'm gonna show you how it go even past that a little bit. Right? If you want to be really technical, the color codes that they use in that movie. Right? Look. This is Revenge of the Movie, the Revenge of the Nerds. So the color codes, look at that. That's the same color codes for the Moon, Saturn, the AI. And guess what else? A white supremacist group gang called the Almighty Gaylords, based out in Chicago. The boys wear that turquoise and the girls wear that pink. I assume, you know what I'm saying? But then look, they got a cross. You know what I'm saying? And so that's a white group. That's a white gang. And that's the gang sign that he throw up when he was saying his love, he love and all this other shit. Remember that brother love? And he using this symbol? That's a gang symbol. That's a gang symbol. That's a white gang symbol. Look, he in prison now for attacking somebody. See that? And so you see all the rappers do this. All right. What we doing? Yeah. So that was that. So to the next part, you have the connection between Africa and the Orient, Far East Asia. So the staff, the red over the head. So is world rulership with this color code concept. A lot of y'all is familiar. But you know what I mean? Some colors you already know what it is. Like some colors most of the time always mean blood when it's red, right? Most of the time, right? And it's like here you got two different parts of art. One is I think maybe that's an AI generated piece of art on the right, and the one on the left is not. And so it's like we want to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? We want to talk about that. So this is random as hell. Really don't got nothing to say about this. That's supposed to be a time traveler on the left, and that's supposed to be on the right. That's supposed to be a woman that was piloting a UFO, according to Billy Meyer. Or well, no, was it Billy Meyer? No, he. I don't know. I don't really remember. But that woman is supposed to be another type woman. But I don't really understand the way her lips is shaped. Like, I don't really understand her nose. Like I don't understand what's going on right here. And I tried to look at it, but I don't know. It's a picture. It looked like it's real, but it's a woman that don't. She ain't on one of us like that, right? And so there's people out there. They say this man a time traveler, right? And them glasses. And so there was two men down in south of the border that was told that they was gonna go uh, and travel and time travel, or what they say they was going to like meet some aliens, and they had lead glasses, and they were supposed to go to a certain place and put on the lead glasses, and then they were going to be taken somewhere. And so I don't know. They said they found them in dead with the glasses on, though. You know what I mean? And so I don't know. It's a concept you see in the Matrix. You know, he got an Oriental clothing on. So the Matrix, that's what it looked like for real. That's the static. That's the nature. That's what the nature looked like. But there was an overlay created that is like similar, and it does a lot of what we think is this real thing. And I don't know how long it's been going on, but this could be some. It was a time where it looked like it was seamless, but the devil is rejected and denied, and all negativity is rebuked and denied, and things of that nature. And so I rebuke down in the name of Jesus, and that's on all the levels. So it's just a matter of perception. A lot of times this should play, it did holographic type natures to people's mind and their perception. Things look, things look things look, you know what I'm saying, similar, right? Like, you know, when you put on glasses and if it was a holographic, like the meta glasses, well, if you hijack ether, then you could potentially project meta sight without having no glasses. All outside gonna look like meta glasses. Do you understand what I'm saying? So a person could have been a damn Neanderthal and living his best life and shit. You know what I mean? Back in the days when that moon Saturn matrix was running. You know what I'm saying? So all right. So I think I explained that. You see, so when the moon Saturn matrix was up, that whatever frequency that was, man, maybe had people having what seemed like a more of a spiritual, magical, could have been Dragon Ball Z out here, who knows? You know, flying like flying tiger, hidden dragon, they was like floating a little bit when they were running around. And like you know, in the Chinese movies, they run around a little bit. They can float a little bit. They can't fly. Some of them could fly if they practice. You know what I'm saying? They could fly a little distance. And that was on their martial arts shit. They the ones that had the memory of when the moon Saturn matrix was up. And that's why when you see things like Dragon Ball Z, they just showing the inevitable and what was the past. And so you got black and white on one side, and then you got all this color shit. This would be yeah. And so this is how I think the earth was really shaped, because I think that this is it. This is the one. This is the one. The earth is just like that. Or it could be. I think the earth's so powerful, it could be projected as anything as it wants to be. God is so control of your knowledge of it. Right? Yeah, it could appear. I saw in a dream, it was the earth, but at the time I knew it was that, but you know, it was a while ago. And the dream, the world looked like a Christmas tree without the stuff in it, just a tree. And I had this. There was this little fairy. She was just like Tinkerbell, but she was Oriental, and she had flew me to the top from out from where I could see the tree. It was like I was way out in space, like you know, I was way out, a far ways out, where I could see this whole tree shape. And then she took me, like in a matter of a second, and took me to the top of it. Like that's where that's the world I'm in. Like my world is at the top, where she took me to. Like, that's where Earth is. And shit. And so the reason why I agree with this shape, right? is because the AI showed me this, but I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it. So I wondered why it was that the AI would show me a square and then a circle above it. Like the earth, they'll show the earth, but the earth was above like a square platform. So I had never seen any rendition of it before the AI did that. And so I discarded it and thought that it was just the AI and then whatever they was wrong about. But it turned out once I saw this, I was like, oh well, I saw the AI show me that. And so it's like versions of how the earth shape exists simultaneously because it depends on the current overstanding. Like a wave of energy is always different, right? But I do know that they showed the AI show pictures with a world. The planet Earth was like a ball, like a globe, but then it was like all this platform underneath it. And so it could be such a distance that we can't see what's around us. And so when we see like a ball Earth, it could just be an optical illusion. You know what I'm saying? Like why they was using fisheye cameras and shit. So I'm just saying, like it's what I'm going with. It's what I'm going with, man. It's saying that when they were showing these concentric circles, like these was artistic representations of what I see in this butterfly egg, because that's what this is. This is a butterfly egg. The egg of a butterfly. So when we seeing this, we seeing a bubble step pyramid Earth from the top, looking down on it. And so the reason why they got mountains is because they don't know what else. And the reason why they say 7 is because they're saying it's more than they can count. They condensing it down to where you count outward from the center, which is 0. It's the 0 point. And the 0 point is where it all started. So according to whatever is out there, we are where it begins. And so if there is stealth civilizations out there, they started out here first. And they went out there, got away from all the treachery of overpopulation and what that shit do. And that means the elites, the people chosen, God's people, they left people behind. And that's why you got people who got these things now saying left behind and don't get left and shit, the rapture and all this other shit. Like some people might get left behind. Well, that's how I do. You can't take everybody. And so now it's a test. Do you deserve to go? This shit Hunger Games. But it's like spirit content, I guess, right? Like, is you a worthy human? Deity is referred to. So it seems like it's a contest. Yeah, spirit contest. Somebody said it. Spirit contest, right? It's some type of contest where it's like the people that's so happen to from German descent and they show traits of Christ, teachings of Christ, and they're not a racist pastor. They are going to be the elites of their people because most of them now are cocksucking Nazis. And so, you know what I mean? The ones that's not is the ones that's going to take over by divine providence, by a divine plan. And that's natural. That's natural selections and shit. Like, see, these guys, they know about that shit. Look, they're using a woman as the oracle, and she at the top of the situation. That shit shaped like a dolman, a coffin mouth. And look, the woman depicted when it comes to the Matrix. Didn't y'all think it was offensive that in the movie The Matrix Part 2, they thought it was a good idea to have a scene where a woman is made to orgasm because a man was able to, I don't know, do something in the Matrix, control the Matrix? And he caused that lady to orgasm right then and there. You know what I'm saying? And he was zesty as hell. Right? And so here it is where, look at Rihanna. When she first came out. She over there on all them checkerboard. You know what I'm saying? So she is going to witchcraftian ways. And so she doing what she think it takes to be, you know, active and acceptable. I mean, she, you know what I mean? Look. So the woman, right? That's why this a woman art, what do you call it? Oracle up here. She up there probably trying to catch the Holy Ghost. So she thinking about getting a train ran on her at the same time as she's convulsing and trying to think of what to say to these white men that paid her that dumbass to sit there. Either way, right? All type of them type of avatars was made. And it's like, you ever thought about making a conjuring medium? What if you make a conjuring medium, right? Where she kisses you for the first time, she will never set her eyes on another man again, right? Like that type of shit, idiot scientists will always come up with when it came to making people. They wanted to make sex robots, slaves. They wanted to make people to do the goddamn, some type of labor. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Got people standing at the door. That's what they was meant to do. They was literally created to stand at the effing door. And so, you know, people was into the big bodies. They talking about big bodies now. Like thick women. All right, you can't talk about that because this particular slide got what would be otherwise vulgar, right? This is for education purposes, but that's what's wrong with India, or what was wrong with India, or whatever like that. What was wrong with them ancient peoples where they felt like they could create sex objects, have them represent for the cosmos and the earth and all this other shit. So, you know, obviously, you know, somebody probably wanted to grab on this statue. The statue freaky as hell. But it's represent the earth. And there's other representations of the earth that would suggest a truer version of the cosmos or the cosmology. And they all American. And this and the only question is, why don't these people favor YouTubers? Why haven't they, you know, it don't even matter. Like, I'm just saying they ain't got the data. They might try to, you know, I don't know, even if they try to copy or try to, you know, perpetrate a fraud. The point is that, well, they just show that they pussy for real because they didn't give credit. The credit was due. You feel me? So they pussy, they're not men. And so the point is, right, is that don't nobody in the mainstream academia deserve credit or any type of respect. If they not talking that real shit, then they ain't saying nothing. And a lot of people out there is talking that shit because they got, you know what I mean? They got a job, but bitch, come on now. They ain't about this life. It's too far advanced. They couldn't catch up with the shit they know already. They would have to sit the fuck down, watch videos that don't exist no more, and then learn some. But you know what I mean? It seemed like the time is up. The ship done closed the little door where the steps come out at. You know what I'm saying? And whoever on board, we on board. We on board, man. We out here for real, man. The motherfuckers working for NASA is the creepiest bastards ever put on camera. Like, they the creepiest. Ain't they always smiling and happy and jipper and all that shit? Like, shut the fuck up. And all that teeth and gums. They left that bitch up there for what was it, like 6 months past they due date. The bitch wasn't smiling. Damn, I bet you was. We ain't miss her dumb ass. She could have stayed out there, ugly ass. Nobody give a fuck. They think somebody give a F about that. It's already over with. It's already over with, man. Look at this dark waters coming from the heavens, where you see this line that represent the crack in between these two constellation symbols over the surface of the world that we just established was the earth. They go to pedal. They go to flower pedal. They go to flower pedal. So that means that this is in the heavens. Those are two constellation symbols. And there go a line. That line is what they call Nut and the ancient Egyptian concept of Nut and Gib. And then you got it where, look, that is the sky break. That's the crack in the sky. That's the dark waters that came down into this realm after ancient man did dumb shit, pointing all the pyramidal energy from underground and on the surface toward the pole star, warring with God. And so God sent down to them a strong delusion, and that's why we see the pole star at an angle and not directly over our head. And that's why these dark waters came down and created a revenge gene, archonic parasite. Came down like a bunch of Terminator 2s and started to ravage the shit and merge and just wreak havoc on all man because of this infraction that was done to the heavens. And so that's why you got it where they blaming the original man for the flood, basically. Basically the flood, man. And so the flood happened, and so Newt and Geb represent the heavens and the earth, right? Yeah. Hold on a second. Yeah. Okay. So if you look at this picture here, she's gonna even look like you can see the I can't zoom in. Hold on, let me go. If you look at this picture right here on the left, you'll see that she got a black eye. Like right when you see that black dot at, it looked like it's a black eye. It looked like that's her head. It looked like this is where her breast at. You know what I'm saying? Like this is Newt right here. That's Newt right here. You see her head right there, her head right there. This a real picture, right? And that's showing you Newt right there. That's wild, man. And so this break in the sky is illustrated on the right here. This man's telling you that there's two sides to this firmament. So that means it's a firmament. Isn't that interesting? So on the other side is white space, according to red squared X. But the white and the black, or the light and the darkness, like those two concepts represent the chaos feature. And so chaos are two beings. There is no so-called Lord of Chaos or God of Chaos, no shit like that. And chaos is naturally two beings because it's static. And science still call it static chaos, right? Or chaos static. That is basically just static. And that is the black and the white. That is the light and the darkness creating this potential zone, right? And in this potential zone, certain concentrations could bring those two together and create heat or light and a signal, and that would be like a channel, that would be an image, that would be, you know what I'm saying? And so when it comes to the occult, we know that the black and white checkerboard is a thing. So now you know that they're really saying static. And so the manipulator, the original controller, ruler over such thing is the Spider Woman, the darkness, Mother Darkness, the Spider Woman. You know what I mean? She created the web. And so in the middle, what you see here is a message that is the web right here. It's a paranormal thing. Y'all wouldn't get it. I don't have the footage, but there was things shown to the camera on purpose by the higher intelligence. And the higher intelligence take whatever form the higher intelligence pleases, including is known to be a spider. A giant spider. A giant spider. Totally intelligent. Adam Sandler made a movie where he went to space and met this spider. And so when you go into space, you're going out into the darkness of space and things like that. And so that's a way that they indirectly artificially put themselves into a conversation because of their occultic knowledge, right? But in Africa, they know it as Anansi, right? And so the Native Americans say that she was the one that showed them out of the caves onto the surface world because and showed them the sun. Yeah, Native Americans say they from the hollow earth. It's not a mystery. Ask the Sioux people where they from. They say they from inside the world. And the darkness spider, the mother spider, showed them, guided them out of the caves or the subterranean realms to the surface world. And they saw the sun for the first time and decided to stay. That's the story. You know what I mean? That's how it goes. So it's just the use of the concept of spider. You know what I mean? And you see it all in the Matrix and stuff like that. Yeah, we're not going to go through that. We're going to talk about the Earth itself, though, like the shape of the world and the way logos and symbols was used to try to explain it or explain the interaction. And so you're seeing Blood on the Dance Floor, the music album with the cover of Michael Jackson wearing a red suit over a checkerboard floor. And so the blood is the sacrifice blood. The sacrificial blood. You know what I mean? And that's over the static. And so it's like a cultic bloodletting ceremonial type color code when you see these three colors. And so when red is used, almost always it means blood. So it's rare that it don't mean blood. And so the Buddhists are dark, satanic, reptilian connected minions. And they do a bunch of pedophilia and cannibalism, and there is definitely an ungodly manner most of the time. Goddamn, most of the time. And so they got these buildings, these old world buildings they inhabit that are real gateways to the underworld. You know what I'm saying? And so there's fucking basements and tunnels and shit to this building that is highly important to the dark lords of the world. You feel me? And so we know that they exist. Matter of fact, let's see. I don't even know if I got that particular picture. Because I remember I used to have them joints in like colors, like I had the colors listed and shit, but we should find it in Matrix because Matrix deal with the green. Matrix deals with the green. So yeah, I got this picture, man, of some dark overlord joints sitting on the throne and shit. There was 6 of them on camera, but that's on some old files. I wonder where that picture at. I sure love to find that picture. So I mean, we done showed hella shit over here, man. Like with these files and shit, man. Like not here, but yeah, you know, in the past we done seen like we got a picture, and it's from the dark web and shit. This is back before they was getting carried away with AI and doing all the fake shit. It's like literally a subterranean place where they had these semi-physical beings sitting on thrones, and they all look like black shadow hooded creatures and shit. But they sitting on these thrones on the underground, like in this dark ass place wherever, right? And it's like, and so I had, worked the contrast on it and all that shit, and it was this green light going under each of those thrones. So those thrones was real alive, like bringing up earth energy, which is a green light, and they were being energized by such things. But they was like kind of like a phantom, but not really. They were still on camera, but you couldn't see their face or no shit. It was like they had on hoods, like a Sith Lord and shit. So I'll look for that picture. It's a good picture, man. It's really, really unique, man. But anyways, this gets to some more boring shit. This is a black and white concept that we'll see throughout the world. And so it's simple, it's static. You know, we can all have a picture in our house with one. You know, it would just be having a portal. You know how they got the woman coming out the TV? Would you put that shit on your wall? So that while, you know what I mean? Nah, hell no, you wouldn't put that shit on your wall. Because motherfucker come out, fuck no. They showing you on TV that the bitch come out the TV. They can come out, you know what I mean? They would love to come out some electrical out, you know, putting that black and white together is a visual friction in the first place. It's two polarities. And so you're going to, you know, the next thing that happened in a productive manner and sequence would be friction. And then what does friction do? Friction creates heat, and heat creates light. Right? Heat creates electromagnetism, and that electricity is bright, it lights up. Yeah. And so, listen, this thing, I don't think we're talking about Japan for real on this. This is just color codes. Like Japan put out a Nintendo, and I was just saying that the colors was similar between the Genesis, and these are both Japanese products, and they's good on the red, black, and white concept. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think we're talking about that. Yeah, it's the end of that. That was the introduction. That was the introduction. So now we're going to get more into some more interesting little layers. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let this shit sit there while I spark up. Anybody in the chat? Chat, I can see you, chat. Mm-hmm. So the earth is a crystal. Definitely. The earth is a crystal. Anything physical has to be seen and understood as crystalline. And that's how you're going to get the invisible to the visible. You know what I mean? Every time. Invisible to the visible crystalline is the holographic projection source that we call reality. But I wouldn't promote the people go out there and say life is just a simulation, because this is demeaning and this disrespect. You're supposed to take your life seriously and respect the laws and everything. You're not supposed to look at life like it's nothing that you could just, and it's just subject to your imagination, because that's what them Satanists out there be trying to. That's how they grift, and that's how they parasite off the people. They got them thinking that reality is worthless, right? And they could just blink in and blink out, and then they're gonna think that it don't matter. There's no consequences to what they do, and then they're gonna start committing crimes and sinning against God. You know what I'm saying? And it's just downhill from there. So look what happened. What happened? If it was real, then why people ain't catch on to it and they like it? That shit been out for a minute. Nobody give a fuck about saying this shit ain't real. I had a dream that this shit was a game, but I didn't like that. It was just a dream. I don't know what it was that was real. Any other time, I'll tell you that it was a vision. It was real. But the shit I don't like, I won't tell you that shit real, because I ain't trying to spread no lies. But it was highly negative. It was highly negative because it was like, I woke up. It was like it was a dream. It's like a game. It was like something I walked out the building, having an experience like Total fucking Recall, some dumb shit. I did not like that. You spent years in that damn simulation shit. And fuck no, that shit is terrible. It's like the worst experience ever. You never want to do this. You never want to do that shit. It's like, this shit ain't even real. but it's real. It's real. But you can't tell yourself it ain't real. Oh wait, you can't tell yourself, yeah, you can't tell yourself it ain't real because it's real. And so shit, in the dream, it was like an experience where I had like left from getting a, I don't want to say a haircut. It was like the dream, they ran this scenario where I had just only spent 15 minutes somewhere in this building. And I walk out, like I went in and got some sneakers and came out with some sneakers. Like it was like that. Like this shit is highly offensive, yo. I don't like it. No, no, no. And it was terrible. And I don't think that was true because the devil is a lie. And the devil is the author of confusion. And God would never confuse you. That's why it's impossible for people to be in a computer and not know it. That's why people will look for their own destruction and can't find it because they is stuck for real. And so that's really the fallen angels' problem. They the only ones that was cursed by such a great power to where they couldn't be able to do what they wanted to do. And they, you know what I'm saying? They done got these cults and shit to like try to help them experience some shit, you know what I mean, that they can't experience no more because now the moon Saturn matrix don't work. I'm just saying, like, them motherfuckers, you know what I mean? Like, regroup, like, they regrouped or tried to, like, damn villains on a cartoon or shit. You know what I mean? God ain't pressed about the lames. So, according to the scripture, a dream that someone had, the king of Sumeria, Babylon, had a dream in which he saw the world tree and it was so big that you could see it from every corner of the earth. And according to the Nordic traditions, the Yggdrasil tree was so overgrown that the world was encapsulated within its branches. And there was an atmosphere in here. And over time, those branches broke off and became land. And that's what make up continents and land masses today. So life and people, it's been going on for a long time, you know, because the original traditions, remember, since them days, man. A lot of some stuff is kept probably from them days alone. And that's the type of, the truth is really the type of records that was destroyed in the Americas and destroyed in Africa and destroyed in Asia, which, you know what I mean, we don't really know but we can get an idea through some clues like this. This is the Nordics, and that's the Orientals. And so the Nordics wouldn't even have an existence. Oh, I can't say that. The Nordics' whole cosmology is based off Oriental teachings because they got the same concept of a God that started everything, or that walked the earth and fashioned the earth from his desire or whatever have you like that. And so one calls it one thing and the other calls it the other thing, but they're the same being. I forgot exactly what it was. But the swords that the Vikings used came from China. You know what I'm saying? Like every time you watch one of them movies with the barbarians, the Asian is always helping them Europeans or them Vikings and them Nordics, whoever, right? The Asians is always their teacher. The Asians is the one giving them the damn Hellraiser box. It's the Asian that's giving them the little gizmo. What was Gizmo or Mugwai? What was it? The little gizmo. He gave that. You know, Chinaman had the gizmo, right? The Chinaman got the keys to every door in the Matrix. The key maker, key master, right? The Chinaman is the one that brought goddamn Conan the Barbarian back to life after he was dead. He was dead. Did you know that Conan the Barbarian got killed? Arnold Schwarzenegger's character was dead and wrapped the fuck up. Well, fuck it is. But the little Chinese man did some voodoo and brought him back to life. No bullshit. And that's why Valeria dead, because you know what I mean, them Orientals be on that gay shit. And so he used his girlfriend, his wife, to be the sacrifice in order to bring him back. Because you know the Orientals, they've been knowing some shit. They ain't tell him that though. You know, so he probably fucking the shit out of Valeria in the spirit realm because he don't put the curse on her. And while Conan, he just all sad and shit. But he back to life though. He could have been dead. But now he really dead. He ain't got no, you know what I mean? Valeria on the other side. He could have been over there. So it's just like, you know what I mean? Hilarious. But the Orientals is really like where it was started at. And so when you by the time to say that, the Nordic peoples and all this and that, it's kind of like, no. Like they would have had hella castles over that bitch if they was there for thousands of years, thousand years. Remember, the ice age, that shit was covered with ice. So they wasn't over there like that. They might have been on some igloos or on some teepees. But they wasn't, the earliest buildings from the so-called Asian, Oriental types and European types was made out of the skulls, the earth, skins. The skeletons, the skins, the ground, the mud, stones, shit like that. Sticks, outside shit. We use, that's what, everything's a resource, right? When they make them buildings out of steel, that shit still came from the ground. And so somebody had the bright idea to say, you know what? If we can get these people together to get us a whole bunch of that, we'll be able to do something else more. And that's what we want. I don't know what for, though. I couldn't imagine like what exactly prompted people to be miners, to say, let's take this piece out and use it for something. And then let's see if we can find more of it like that. To me, I don't know. It just is like far-fetched from my mind. I'll just think about keep walking. Them motherfuckers talking about what's under the ground, what's in the earth. Like, they're trying to find some shit. Trying to get rich. Trying to sell it to a market. That's what it is. Selling it to a market. Hold up. So we out here in the world, then this giant is just looking at us from a distance. And in leisure, I guess. So you see that? So this American artwork right here on this wall is older than the version of Vishnu, right? That's Vishnu. But it show you the same thing, right? This is the same flower. This is the same flower. So they're saying that the people down there is giants, y'all. There's people down there, there's some giants down there. Giant blue people, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, giant blue people. I don't know. But definitely, like, you got our size people up here, and you got another size people like Vishnu, a whole nother size person. And so incarnations as humans is these, that's why they go, because this is the world and all men. These are the gods and goddesses. So look. No whole shit about it. The reason why you see Aurora Borealis is because the same thing that happens with this crystalline feature or happening when it comes to light and the crystal nature. And so there's no reason to be all right. So this is why, because the earth is made. I apologize, y'all. I apologize. But yeah, this is why. This is why. All right. So here it is. I don't apologize, but it is. I'm being respectful. All right. So I'm back. And so here it is where, you know what I'm saying? I rebuke the down there, Jan. Now, really, the devil is rebuked because, I mean, no negativity allowed and all that type of shit. Yeah, man, no negativity allowed. He's deferred to that. See all that? That's real. Look, that's why in all forms, like sticking out the ground, or broke down into a powder, in the crystalline stone, see through diamond type, and then you got the same type that's beyond the rocks in the damn ground. Rocks in the ground, you know what I'm saying? And so that's all the versions. They the same type of material though. In the living state, it's called a diadem. Diadems are living crystals. And so when they calcify, they turn into the substance that we call crystal. When they patch up on the top of each other, they close up under pressure. Like making a diamond, under pressure and joint. And so look, the energy that traveled throughout the earth because of the power of God, because there is no other intelligence greater or more powerful or powerful enough to energize the earth, because the earth is so vast, right? That it's, you know what I mean? It becomes properly conceivable that it is a God, it is only God, and God does have the ability to communicate with a person or people, you know what I mean, and people and things. And so, like, the spectrum of the rainbow is seen, and it's like the closest thing you can get to like catching a genie in a bottle or lightning in a bottle, because you're looking at it, what it looks like when it's not caught by the tree at the bottom right, and it's just go up into the air or it's in the air, you know. Otherwise, this tree here, this absorbed whatever that was, and you can see it's still in there. And so it's like the energy from the earth and trees work like a wool, like an air filter of energy. And certain, I guess, that it can control the way trees grow and the type of way the branches grow. The energy, the wave of uh, force has to be so consistent that it become, let's say, vibrations of projections of cymatics, with a term that was used by someone earlier in another day. But yeah, it's many cymatics. All right, let's say, because I don't talk about cymatics, right? I don't know, but I know what it is. And so look at it, the way I'm trying to use it this time is that let's say you got the sand there that got no shape on it, and then you turn on the frequency to make that shape, right? Okay. Let's say now that it's multiple cymatics that will like form trees. Like maybe going through the tree is a cymatic, right? Going through the tree is a cymatic, and then what the tree end up growing like and all that is like a result, a direct result of the energy force that come from the ground and then the environment. You can say the environment because it's all around. It's not just through the trees, but we can see it through the trees because the trees is a medium that we, you know what I mean? Yeah. So this is the petrified forest park off in somewhere in the United States. You know? And so, you know, some people still don't believe in the tree stump mesa connection, but I know that it's a part in the book in one of the holy scriptures that it say God instructed the angels. I think it's the book of Enoch. And God instructed the angels to take down the tree and leave only the stump. And so it's possible that he was talking to the fallen angels, and he was talking about these giant trees and these stumps that God ordered and commanded to be left are really these mesas that this Russian man came out with back in like 2015. And so probably 2016. No, it was back in the days, right? And so here it is, right, where we got the Rainbow Mountains in Peru, China, and Africa. And those are the only places on earth that we know of that have rainbow colored mountains. And those rainbow colored mountains are just piles of sawdust and materials from the cutting of these same type of wood. And so they was made into something like the material that was used and the dug up, and you know, the excess waste material, they become these mountains. these mountain ranges. And what they made out of it was giant planetoid floating rocks that eventually became like a planetoid, like a moon, and floated away. And they got further and further to where they at now, right? Which is far away. So shit, they, you know what I mean? The shit, they look, the AI got them where it's built like that, like they looking out for themselves, but it's the AI, it's the robots running the shit still. Like it's the robots really. Shout out to the real though. Salutes to the truthful and the accurate, man. Because what ain't a robot? She get crazy, man. We all one and the same, struggling to remain or maintain or to change. You know what I mean? And to exact change against being blind to the moon side of matrix. It's probably the most useful thing about this concept because it'll give you where the moon Saturn matrix concept gets made out of, which is the materials of Earth. I mean, trees, soil, they dig stones and shit. And so, all right, so you got chakras of the Earth's surface, just like a body got chakras throughout their spinal cord, and then they up here got it like it's like a chromosome. It's like a wave signal, right? And so that is, speaking energetically and connect, and pretty much it's related to all living things because of that chromosome. And so the other day we showed how the Haiti and the Tibetan had the same symbol. They got it from Haiti. And so here it is where the Sephiroth, or I think that's what that's called. So all that is talking about the Earth and the different places in the Earth, their connectivity, their, not the power of having knowledge of them. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got to go, they sent Usher to Flavor Camp. You know what I'm saying? Shit, they sent Usher to Flavor Camp, man. When the elites gonna send their kids off to the seven hells and shit to get that full education of underworldliness? And they get a little badge, they get a little Scouts honor badge for each place they go to. It's like a video game, but in real life, they got shit set up like that. Yeah. They like playing the whole game around original people. We don't got a fucking clue. Like this whole spaces where it's like, look, it's only one race in this motherfucker. With a rainbow. Where that rainbow shit at now? Where that rainbow shit at now? Boy, they in there heavy, all white, everything. That shit real, man. It exists, and I'm not trying. I'm just saying, like, that shit exists though, because it's like it makes sense that it's like that in certain places, because the concept is just like that's what people is. It's like a whole people. They mankind, son. That's the template. That's the template. You know what I'm saying? Like you put a white guy in that shit, like you let him go do it. You want to make a movie, motherfucker hanging off the side of a plane, put Tom Cruise in that shit. He'll do it. He'll strap himself to the side of a plane and get lifted off a little bit. How the fuck you get lifted off a little bit on the damn plane to do a stunt? Like, yo, somebody need to tell Tom Cruise, don't nobody give a fuck about you doing stunts. What type of badass little man is he, right? He a little leprechaun and shit. He like to do dangerous stunts. He like Jackass, but Scientology version of Jackass. Motherfucker doing all his own stunts and shit. Like, it's because of people like Tom Cruise. Them motherfuckers shooting guns for real. You know what I mean? Keanu Reeves is shooting guns for real. The motherfucking did training with Jada Pinkett. Shooting guns. Remember that shit? The motherfuckers, Keanu need to lay off the pipe, man. That motherfucking face, he about to suck his face in. So somebody need to get the pipe away from Keanu. That motherfucker smoking too much Matriscal crack, man. That motherfucker got Matrix cracks. That motherfucker got Matrix coke. He got all the coke. It's called the Matrix. That motherfucker is old. His cheeks about to disappear, man. He better stop, but they can't put him in the next one. Motherfucker look like Keanu look like he hitting that shotgun barrel. He hitting a double barrel pipe, double barrel cat pipe. I ain't know they made those. Damn, he the first one I ever seen with a shotgun barrel crack pipe. Keanu trying to blow his whole brain back with that crack and that coke and that dope, allegedly. Like, what else he got to do? He getting billions of dollars a year off royalties from the Matrix. Like, this motherfucker don't need to do shit else but sit there and stay away from black people. That's all he ever did. That motherfucker ain't show up from one rap video. He on like nan rapper. You ain't never see Keanu Reeves pull up at Future or concert or none of that shit. Like, damn, Keanu, you ain't that old, is you? Keanu too old? What, man? Come on, man. Keanu can't be like that. Like, see, that's the thing. We gotta see you, Keanu, because I think you want that smoke. I think you've been in too many dumbass. Listen, we don't want to see. We don't want to see. I'm just saying, you don't know who somebody is. You know, Mel Gibson was supposed to be cool. All the movies we saw him with Danny Glover, you know what I mean? Risking his life and shit. Like, they was real family, man. And then I don't know why the director wrote in the fact that it kind of looked like the daughter was going for the damn cop. Somebody play that saxophone music. Man, if I could get a hold of that saxophone music, I think that would be good. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. All right, so no, I can't find it. It's not. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. Pixel T said intense heat created those locations to turn into silica. That's what they ain't sure. The locations on the dang on. Intense heat, you mean they cooked them? They cooked them into that. Yeah. Hot spots. So Japan is gate 9. New Zealand is gate 11. Australia is the 3rd chakra. The 4 mountains of Bali in Indonesia is gate 7. Tibet is the 7th chakra. Moscow is gate 13. England is the 4th chakra. The Sphinx, the Great Pyramid, is the 5th chakra. The 2nd chakra is in Peru. And there's a gate number 10 at Hawaii. There's gate number 8 at Palenque. 1st chakra is Mount Shasta. The 1st chakra, Mount Shasta. That's like over in Washington. The 6th chakra is the 3rd eye. It's at what they say is at a place, but they say there's no fixed location for the 6th chakra, which I don't know. Anyways, these are some we passed already. So concepts of the step pyramid of the world, the concentric circles, you know, you're looking at it from above, looking down. It had gave this this look on the right and in the center. You're just looking at it, you're above, looking down, and it looked like that, but really, no. That's a matter of perception. You know what I'm saying? Really, though, that shit could look different. Everybody say it's the same from Tibet to China, Americas. They talking about the same joint and they say, shit, there's people at the top.
Get a song from Spirit. Get a piece of wall art that looks so good on the wall. People that see can also hear it, hear it, hear it. Only at Spirit. Hey there! Hey there! Hey there! Are you tired of looking at that blank space on the wall? If so, go to Spirit and get you some nice pictures to H. You can get them for yourself or the office. Spirit. Looking at that blank space on the wall. If so, go to
sip, girl, I got you. Let me cock block you. I ain't stopping unless you tell me that I got to. I ain't even gonna lie. The way your shape, I know your head great and I'm tired. Good Lord, like Chun-Li. I can see you when you on need. You might be just what I need. I know you ain't trying to leave. Just don't make no mistakes, baby.